Good morning. Yesterday I talked about visualization and just introduced it a little bit. This morning what I want to do is give you practical tips on how to start visualizing. This is something that a lot of people struggle with. This is something that you don't have to struggle with. When you were a child, you were able to do this. When you're having frustration, you're able to do this. You're able to imagine kind of the rotten scenarios that happen. Typically, we're not good at imagining or visualizing the things that we want to have happen. So here are the tips. I want you to visualize. First of all, set up a goal. What is the goal that you want? What are you looking at? Are you looking at material things? Are you looking at relationships? Are you looking at having a skill set, speaking from a stage, or selling product better? Whatever it is, whatever you want to grow in, what I would suggest is start visualizing that thing by going and watching other people do it. So if it's speaking from a stage, watch great speakers from the stage. If it's sales, watch great salespeople, read books, indoctrinate yourself in this way. If it's a beach, and maybe you've never even been to the beach, that's okay, but you dream of a beach house, that's fine. Watch documentaries on beaches, watch videos on beaches, look at people enjoying beaches, look at how they enjoy them. Go think about, and then after you've done this, start visualizing this in your head. Visualize, like, what would it look like for me to sit there? What would it feel like to be in the chair? Again, close your eyes and just kind of feel that for a little bit. Maybe it's relationships. And in relationships, what you want to do is, again, watch other people that have the kind of relationships you want. Watch how they interact with each other. Watch movies are terrible for relationships, generally speaking. But watching videos and watching people live that are great at relationships, you can learn from those things. And then you've got to, again, as soon as you're doing that, to put it in your head, visualize it after. Close your eyes, visualize it. Maybe it's a house. Drive by that house all the time. Walk by that house. Act as if you own that house. Walk by the sidewalk as if you're walking down to your car, or the bus, or whatever, or the park nearby, whatever it is. The more you visualize, the more you practice going into, first of all, seeing something or being in contact with something, posters, pictures, images, whatever it is. I've got an image on my phone of the French Alps because I'm taking my family to the French Alps, and that's been a goal for a little while. So as soon as you've done that, then indoctrinate yourself. The second stage is to visualize it. Close your eyes and see yourself enjoying it. And this is key. Visualize, see yourself enjoying it. The more emotion you can bring into this exercise, the faster it grows your brain in these ways. And your brain, again, is like a muscle in some ways. So the more you work it out in these ways, the more it actually encourages you, the more it affects you. And that's the key to this. If you can visualize with emotion, I'm going to repeat that. Consistently, repeatedly, visualize with emotion. You will start to train your brain in this way. I mean, again, at one time we were good at this. All of us. And in other ways, we're often good at this. But we need to get good at it with the things that we want in life. If we don't do that, we won't grow our minds in that way. Now, what do you do if at the beginning it's tough? What I would do is simply make it a shorter period of time that you're practicing this. I remember going to high school from junior high, and we had classes that were 90 minutes long, and I was only used to something like 40 or 50-minute class periods. And I remember the first time sitting in a class of 90 minutes, it was crazy. It was so long. I didn't enjoy school all that much. Having said that, when I was done high school, I had trained my brain, just because I'd done it enough times, to focus for that amount of time. And so when I went to university afterwards, or actually I went to this other little tiny school in Sweden for a year, and when I went to that school, the class periods were 25 or 30 minutes long, and it was unreal. We had breaks all the time. I was like, well, we just started. My brain was used to the longer time period. So you can accustom your brain to anything. The key is to repeat this, do it consistently, do it repeatedly, do it in the morning, do it in the afternoon, do it in the evening, just for a short period of time. Bring in emotions to it, bring in emotions and visualize it. And then as you do that over and over and again, you're going to start tricking your mind and tricking even your body to believe that you can. Well, where does confidence come from? I was just watching a documentary on Michael Jordan, and he talks about how when he was at North Carolina during university days, in his freshman year, he hit a buzzer beater to win the national championship or something like that. Okay, well, when he did that, and there was an audience there, and he experienced, hey, I can do this. He said something switched for him, and he realized, I can do a lot more than what I believed I'm capable of. I believed it was possible. Now I know I can do it. And visualization can do that for us, not in this to the same degree, but to a great degree, far better than simply repeating affirmations over and over in our head, or logicking, using logical arguments to repeat over and over. If we bring emotion into it, everything changes. So enjoy your visualization, practice it a lot. If you do it in the morning and you do it in the evening, and you practice by looking at people or seeing it in real life in some ways, that will all bring it to you. And again, as you do this, do it for longer periods of time. So repetition, emotion, and then learn from other people if you need to start somewhere. That's as simple as it is. Most people are not able to visualize simply because they have not trained their brains to do so in a very long time. They've unlearned it. Relearn this. I know you've got this.